So it's time for us yet again to make another video about the iPhone X. That kind of rhymed. The iPhone X, in my opinion, one of the most important iPhones of all time, and it definitely brought a lot of different things to the table. Now, what I will tell you is, and what I will preface this video by saying, I think the iPhone X, if we had to make a list of all the iPhones that ever came out, and we had to rank them from most impactful to, least impactful, I would probably put the iPhone X either number 1 or number 2. The only iPhone that's above that is the iPhone 4. So iPhone 4, iPhone X, pretty much a neck and neck. So you have to kind of keep that in the back of your head. This iPhone, how it stands today, it doesn't really hold up. It holds up actually fairly well to the iPhone 14s and even the 14 Pro, but that's not really where we're trying to go through with this specific, idea. The beauty behind this iPhone isn't just, the power behind it or how powerful it was at the time or the battery life it had when it first came out compared to now. This iPhone, for it bringing that brand new type of display on the iPhones, is actually pretty insane. We're pretty much used to OLED technology. Even in 2017 when this phone came out, Samsung had a bunch of OLED phones, LG had a bunch of OLED phones, I think OnePlus had some too. There were so many different OLED phones in the market already at this point, but the fact that Apple finally brought it over to their device, and not only did they bring that over, they brought over the brand new type of design for the iPhones as well as a notch with Face ID, that was a big change. But also it kind of flopped in the beginning because their Face ID demo didn't really hold up too well, and Craig Federici actually, kind of bombed it, to be honest. But they did end up bringing that newer type of design, which was what was needed. What was funny though is for a $1,000 phone at that time, they had to go ahead and kind of make it make sense to a lot of people because internally it had the exact same internals as an iPhone 8 Plus that was a little bit cheaper. I think it was about $150 or $200 cheaper than the iPhone X. So it might have made a little bit more sense to buy that device, but you weren't buying this phone because it was faster. You weren't buying this phone because it, had a way bigger battery or whatever the case is. You were buying this phone because it looked so much better. It was just a way better looking phone than the previous ones, and that's what you were paying for. And I truly do believe that that type of, beauty behind the phone, kind of type of ideology, pretty much has cycled over to pretty much every single other phone for the most part too that Apple has made, and maybe a lot of other manufacturers as well. They want to make sure the phone looks better than the previous phone. That way you go ahead and, upgrade to it. That's why Apple's made the dynamic island. And if you look at the sales numbers between iPhones that bring the most amount of features and the phones that probably, look different, the 14 Pro, arguably in my opinion, brought less than what the 13 Pro brought, but I kind of do think the 14 Pro is probably going to end up selling way better than the 13 Pro. We look at the XS Max, they're all these iPhones are going to sell millions, but when this iPhone looked visually at the way that it did compared to its predecessors, I think people were buying this iPhone because of the way it looked rather than the features behind it. And personally, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's actually a really awesome thing. And hopefully other phone manufacturers, especially Apple, starts going through and making improvements, removing the notches, removing the dynamic island, removing those things, and pretty much giving us a phone like the iPhone X, but of this day and age. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.